Namaskar. Senior dignitaries, faculty members and students from IIM Nagpur, ladies and gentlemen, greetings from Indian Oil. I am extremely sorry that I am not able to come physically because of some exigencies. I would have loved to be there, but I am sure the program will go on very well, and all the best to all of you for that. So at the outset, let me share that I am absolutely elated to be here at a memorial lecture of a true visionary who genuinely transformed India's educational landscape. I am genuinely humbled by this invitation to the second edition of Pritam Singh Memorial Conference, PRISM as we say. I must thank Professor Asha Bhandarkar for giving me this opportunity to connect to the bright minds of the institute on a subject that is so close to my heart. Before I share my perspective, let me share that at Indian Oil, we were fortunate to have been blessed by the sage advice and deep insights of Dr. Pritam Singh. That was instrumental in developing several transformational leadership initiatives at Indian Oil that has perpetuated the brilliance of vision in Indian Oil's leadership architecture. I have fond memories of my association with Professor Singh, and for me, this platform is an opportunity to pay my homage to one of India's greatest academicians. The world is going through a tectonic shift, and we have witnessed a historic transformation in way of working, courtesy of course COVID-19. However, the human ability to face and encounter any crisis has always reigned supreme, resulting in reformed business, social, political and financial practices. In fact, the latest report on the future of work from McKinsey, it mentions that the businesses have an opportunity to reimagine themselves in these situations. The report asks the leaders to explore measures including disruptive changes in their employment and business operating models and consideration for diversity. Organizations like Google, Hilton, EY have done away with degree requirements for many positions and are focusing solely on candidates' skill and interests. This focus on people's interests or purpose is the new age transformation that the business and HR leaders of today need to be aware of and also to address. We often hear people say that the next generation is more aware and knowledgeable than the previous one. But the bigger reality is that after COVID has blurred the knowledge chasm between generations, in the new normal scenario, everyone, irrespective of their age, has moved closer to their ultimate purpose. People have realized that physical successes and achievements may vanish overnight, and hence searching for a clear and driving purpose in life is something that humans are now more in pursuit than ever before. We are now seeing a progressive shift where employees care less about monetary fulfillments and more about how their work seeks to fulfill a greater purpose. A recent study by LinkedIn found that 74% of job candidates want a job where they feel like their work matters. This in a way is a great validation for the traditional Indian philosophy where attainment of true moksha is all about rising above mundane materialism. Indian Oil is the energy of India, and Indianness is weaved into every aspect of our organizational existence. We at Indian Oil believe that culture thrives when the organization and its people identify and nurture a collective purpose and can make the entire workforce feel that its work matters. In our case, collective purpose is service to nation, or as we say proudly, Pehle Indian, Feed Oil. During pandemic and the initial stringent phases of the lockdown which happened, the demand of LPG scaled up, and my front force battled every challenge to ensure that every house had the fuel to ignite their stove. We did not give any additional pay or allowances to people, no. Yet they worked beyond their call of duty. When the world was moving indoors, our people were on the roads to deliver LPG. On a single day, despite the pandemic, our people delivered 3.3 million, that is 33 lakh LPG cylinders, which is an all-time record. How did that magic happen? Let me borrow a key tenet from the set of our corporate core values, care. This is the gist of what we try to do. In business terms, our core values of care translates into human business model. I strongly believe that if I can help my people discover their true calling, passion will follow. We recognize that to lead the business of the future, we need transformations in our approach and business models. Hence, this human model to keep focus on talent alive. At the same time, the advent of technology and relevance of data, which have accelerated in the recent months, cannot be ignored. Hence, I find today's topic very relevant as it dwells on the pivotal aspect of future business technology, transformation, technology and talent. We need to have organizations that would certainly focus on data and technology, because that's the essence of an algorithm on which successful organizations run, but at the same time not miss the human need for purpose and the desire to engage in meaningful work. For instance, one of Indian Oil's core focus has been to reach out to one of the most vulnerable sections of our community, our prison inmates. Prison is not about sentencing someone to oblivion, it's about reforming minds and soul for harmonizing them with civil society. The situation is even grimmer for women prisoners who find it more difficult to recover because of extreme non-acceptance in society. Indian Oil helped such women by providing an opportunity to work at retail outlets operated by the prison inmates. The idea behind this wonderful cause was to help these women take care of themselves and to survive in the society with dignity while catering to their own family. Today, 44 such Indian Oil prison retail outlets or petrol pumps, as you know, are being run in 9 states. This is a win-win situation not only from the perspective of business and social footprint of Indian Oil, but it's also an eternal source of inspiration for the Indian Oil teams involved with those forays. Our employees derive a sense of purpose by having contributed to someone's life. The talent of the women prisoners is utilized and a complete transformation in working model is achieved. We are in times of transformations catalyzed by an endless series of innovations. Our world is changing at blink of an eye. This world mandates that HR should adopt a special focus to match the market demands and employee needs. Let me drill down further. Once we provide opportunities for our talent to achieve their purpose, we also need to continually invest in them so that they feel empowered to undertake innovative actions for the organization. To cite an instance, let me share with you our holistic initiative, Integrated Talent Management System, ITMS, which covers a talent vision, talent planning and succession management, duly supported with a technology solution. In short, this is a perfect manifestation of what the theme of this conference revolves around: talent, technology and transformation. Under this initiative, we created an overarching talent vision to guide the talent management activities of the organization for the next 5 years. We are also studying and re-examining the manning norms for all existing functions and making them dynamic. You will be intrigued to know that we have created success profiles for all pivotal positions and defined criteria to identify potential successors for these positions. These potential successors are assessed against the success profile to determine the readiness for every position. So, this ensures a healthy talent pipeline as well as job fitment, which enables the person to realize his or her purpose. There is a technology suite that supports the entire integrated talent management and has provided transformative inputs to the management as well as concerned employees. So, while it sounds impressively high-tech, I must introduce an important caution here. Today, technology has helped us in designing specific inputs for employees. Any input that goes into individual or the individual gather through experience stays in one's mind and serves as an important spoke of knowledge. It is important that organizations help their talent pool by deploying a knowledge management strategy to optimally leverage such knowledge. While a large amount of the organizational knowledge is documented, there is a lot of it which is gained from personal experiences, and unfortunately that stays in people's minds. It is what we call the tacit knowledge. According to US Labor and Statistics Department, 25% of workforce is likely to retire in next 5 to 7 years, and hence a huge chunk of knowledge resting in people's mind shall walk out of the door. So what do we do as HR leaders? Our primary focus should be on preventing the unnecessary reinvention of the wheel. An effective tacit knowledge management strategy can bring drastic transformations for organizations. The brilliant words of the former HP CEO Lew Platt sums it up very aptly. I must quote that: if only HP knew what HP knows, we would be 3 times more productive, he said. At Indian Oil, we try to capture this knowledge by requesting our subject matter experts to prepare learning contents for workforce. Besides the readily available sources, these experts poured in the knowledge resting in their minds, and with the aid of technology, we have now developed over 1600 internal learning modules today. In fact, we have been way ahead of times with introduction of e-learning platform, which we call it Swadhyay, which hosts these modules on wide-ranging functional contents. As I speak, my employees have registered over very less 2 million modules completion on this platform. We also deployed technology to capture tacit knowledge resting in minds of our employees through mentoring and coaching interventions. Our employees pass on their knowledge to other colleagues through knowledge sharing platforms, one-on-one interactions, experience sharing, cohorts, and several other platforms that actively encourage knowledge osmosis. I think these initiatives for me facilitate transfer of all kinds of knowledge, implicit, explicit, and tacit, for making our talent ready to take future roles. What I want to underscore through these examples is that to lead the business of the future, the three-wheel juggernaut of talent, technology, and transformation needs to be driven by the spirit of a human business model. Pure financial incentives are not enough to build sustainable models of excellence. More importantly, our business strategies should also be duly supported by a robust mechanism to manage the tacit knowledge. Before I conclude, I implore upon you to understand the knowledge spirals in Indian companies and help in creating winning models. Let transformation become a cultural phenomenon rather than a numeric target for the business organizations at large. I'm sure I propose that's why that PRISM should create an industry-wide continuum for leveraging collective intelligence on the three wheels of the juggernaut, as I mentioned earlier. This can be a source of competitive advantage for many organizations and also provide sense of achievement and purpose to many others. Connect this with the PRISM RO's initiative that I spoke about, and you will see the evident connect. I therefore suggest that such innovative models and forum of collaborative intelligence should be set up. This would create a framework of relationship among different stakeholders. That's very important, from the industry and academia, to redefine leadership practices and strategies for the new age. The cognitive and experiential knowledge which is related to various sectors can be transferred far and wide through pragmatic socialization and communication. I hope my suggestions and perspectives would catalyze the deliberations in this conference. I wish the conference a grand success. Thank you very much and see you soon. Thank you.